The rest of your clips just look interesting.
Alright, y'all ready?
Go.
I think like about 80% of the shit I clip is for memes.
Unfortunately.
I'm not lying. Like that fake where Clouds dove headfirst into the corner.
Y'all can join your teams. Good luck to both of you.
That was for meme.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Anno Gaming Spot 2v2 show match, and both of the teams are from a team called Ara. Oh. And yeah, they got Clouds, if you guys notice. It's Typical and Azumii in the orange. It is Clouds and Spec in the blue. Spec, of course, being the coach for this team. Clouds actually might score off the first one, but couldn't quite find it. Spec puts this one into the corner. Cloud's gonna turn, gets this one back into the corner. Typical's gotta take this time. He's got Azumii in support on the right side. Maybe he's just gonna go triangle the whole way. Gets flip reset over Spec! And Cloud's forced to stretch for that save. Nothing too hard. But actually, he gets bumped around. This one's in front of the goal. It's off the backboard. And Spec forced to get it away before any more danger was gonna come in the favor of this typical led team. This one bounces straight off the ground. Azumii up in the air. Couldn't quite find a good touch. It's going to be saved away easily. Spec. Clouds in the middle of the field. Gets dunked by Typical. In the corner. I mean, the underdogs here are definitely Clouds and Spec because they're going up against basically two SSLs, one of which is top 100 in wins. Formerly top 70 in wins, I'm pretty sure. Typical. Both of these players are all four of these players are on one team, and that team is in contention for the GSCS Season 7 Championship this season. Spec, big dunk by Typical, and Clouds forced all the way back for the 50, with Spec right to Azumii. Has to wrap himself around the ball, gets the flick, and it's up in the top corner of the net. I don't know if you guys can see the top left of my screen. It's got Clouds, Azumii, Spec, and Typical. Always. Down straight into the midfield. Clouds trying to force this one on target. Typical forced up in the air. Spec actually got in the middle of the field. And Clouds actually might have this one on target. Nice save away by Typical though. Azumii tries to get past Spec, wasn't quite able to. This one's gonna roll up on the wall. Spec and Clouds both double committing actually for it. They're both gonna try and force it on target. Clouds gonna be the next one up. Puts this one into the corner. Typical. Actually could have had easy possession there, but Azumii's taking the ball away from him. It's gonna lead to a Spec goal off the setup from Clouds. And a nice play by Clouds. And Azumii basically took the possession away from Typical when Typical had an open opportunity. Here's Spec. She's gonna look to continue that. Clouds and both of them actually wet here. This one pass over to Typical! Couldn't find an opportunity. Maybe wanted to pass it back to Azumii. That didn't end up working too well. Azumii to Spec. Spec gonna force this one. Actually, Typical. Oh, this one's off the backboard. Is Clouds there? He is, but he wasn't really able to get this one past Azumii. Spec gets that one past one. Force the 50. Spec got past one again! And Typical able to stay composed away from the save. Azumii beats Clouds to the ball. Typical's gonna be there, and Typical's gonna score the second for his team. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it on the gaming spot. We're getting a lot of these show matches up and ready. Typical might have a third. He will. If you want to have your team have a show match and featured on Anno Gaming Spot or the GSCS, make sure to email me on annogamingspot@gmail.com or DM me my DM. Also, you can go to the YouTube channel in the description box. My link in the description box. It's also in my about page on this channel. Here's typical Spec. Is typical Nielsen build. Spec gonna leave this one off of Cloud. Actually, not a good idea because he gave typical free possession. He's gonna try and find the fourth. Wasn't quite able to. Spec now has the challenge of beating Azumii, which he's not going to be able to do successfully. Whereas Clouds, he is going to try and get the ball over to Spec, and he does successfully. Typical's going to turn. It's off the backboard, off the crossbar now. Azumii actually can't reach the ball. That could have been the game ender. That could have been the game ender. If typical Azumii find the fourth, I think that will be the game ender. Clouds got past one, gets the wave dash, and a shot straight into typical, or to Azumii rather. Oh, Azumi's looking for the double tap read, couldn't quite find it. That could have been quite nice for the show match, but Clouds might have an opportunity to get back into this game. Looking for the musty flick, it's not going to work out. Oh yeah, that's right, so typical. Can he find a fourth? A fourth will end this one. Yeah, he's going to find it himself. I think that's gonna do this. I think that's gonna do it for this game. Let's quickly pop into these team comms and see what these guys are actually up to.
I told you I was faking.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Okay.
Get off the ball.
Bro. Hey, you see me. I trust. Oh, damn.
Oh, Spec scored. If they can score 2 more in 14 seconds, they might have a chance. It's gonna be within 10 seconds after them have to score 2. Big win kickoff. For Azumii, Typical's there. He can't put it on target. Clouds puts it into the corner. This has to be their big break. Oh, Azumii failed it, but that's going to end it with that Typical back into the corner. And that, yeah, that one's going to end it. Clouds keeps it up. Typical, actually, Azumii's going to look for another one, and he's going to find it. Yeah, that's going to end the game. Typical Azumii going to win game 1. Looking to get the team clean sweep. As you can see, both of them are in there, all 4 in the team.
Hombre. My facilitator.
Why does he have your thing as King Clouds?
Who does?
Yeah, here we go. Game number 2. Game number 2 of this one. Let's get this stuff rolling. That one drops straight to Clouds. Clouds pops it up. Spec. Oh, there's a break in rotation. Azumii looking for the double tap. Spec's gonna have a save. Nice dunk by Azumii. That's gonna be forced into the corner. Typical. And Azumii are both there. Azumii actually gonna go up into the air with this one. He might have an opportunity. Can he go underneath Clouds? You can't go underneath Clouds. The veteran of this league, one of the best players in league history, actually. Oh, he scored off it. Actually, as I said that. the complimenting has worked. He's gotten the setup and he's gotten the goal off it. This one off the backboard. Spec and Clouds both not going to be there to save this one. And if Azumii actually that's going to go straight down to the ground. Is Spec and Clouds actually both on the backboard there. Spec going to clear this one downfield into the corner. And Clouds get a challenge here. Spec is demoed, so Clouds is left to 1v1 with Typical. Nice composure by Clouds. feel like saying the Clouds era is over in this league. He's had his... Oh, typical couldn't find a double tap. That would have been quite nice. He had his 2-season championship victory in a row. This season would be his 3rd if he wins this season. We break multiple records. Oh, typical. Gonna look for the flip reset. He's done it again. Typical. Unstoppable. That's why he's individually one of the best players in the league. Top 5. Top 5 in most people's rankings. Oh, that's right. So typical forces a 50. He's gone to the wall. Spec is going to turn and he's got Clouds in the midfield. Really trying to use him. Spec couldn't quite find the shot. The Clouds awkward. Makes a nice turn on it and forces Typical to try and do something with it. Challenge straight back up to Clouds. Clouds puts it into the corner. Azumii forced to do something with it. This one's right to Typical. Spec takes a shot off the bat and is going to score it. Spec in the middle. Typical not challenging the ball. And that's what happens when you don't challenge Spec. Spec, at one point, top 10 player in the league. Now that he joined this team over here with Clouds, Azumii, and Typical, he's retired from playing competitively and will be coaching this new team. Oh, Azumii's got Typical. He goes for the flick himself. He flicks Clouds. Clouds, he can't be falling for that. He's flicked Clouds, and look at this. Oh no, Clouds couldn't reach it. He's flicked him. Here in the GSCS, we do so. Oh, that's on target. It's not. Spec barely has an own goal. Oh, it's off the backboard, and Clouds gets the save away. Spec and Clouds have been put under this hard pressure. Well, Clouds couldn't get the redirects. Clouds. Oh, big fake! Oh, what a play! He's gonna score off it. And Spec is gonna steal it. Clouds! Spec, look at the fake! He's faked out Typical! Oh my god, he's gotten flying! All 4 of these players are in comms, all together. I can't wait to hear what the trolls in those comms will be like after this. And Typical's gone to the wall here. He's gonna try and freestyle on Clouds. He can't die, he doesn't have the boost to. Should have thought of that before he gave Clouds free possession. Tries to fake out Azumii, goes to the wall of his own. This might have just turned into a freestyle battle. Azumii gonna try and boom this one straight back to Clouds. Typical's all the way on the other side of the field. What can he do here? Clouds unchallenged. Typical off the backboard. Spec gets Devil on the goal line, but Clouds is gonna have possession. Actually can't hit the ball. Typical can't find the goal, and Spec is gonna be saved here, as that could have been quite dangerous, as it was quite dangerous. This one straight to Typical. Here's Spec to Clouds. Couldn't find a nice banger on target. Typical looked like he got past Spec there. This one's the corner. Clouds up in the air. Gets the flip reset, goes out to the ground with it. Gets the wave dash, gets the nice flick over one, and Typical forced to stretch for it. Yes. Clouds gonna turn. Gets past Typical. Next task is to get past Azumii. Can't quite do that. Typical. Spec up in the air, off the backboard. Couldn't read it for too much longer. 1-on-1. The 2-1v1 rivals. And that one is not going to be in the favor of Clouds, as Azumii's going to clean that one up as they're looking to end the series here. And Spec got that one to the corner. Azumii into the ground. Gonna try and control. Clouds is waiting. Up in the air. Spec actually beat him! Clouds is there trying to pre-jump, and Azumii's got it away just in time. They thought it was going to be their big break. Both two are rushing back. They're going to try and force one on target after demoing Clouds. Couldn't quite do that. It's right to typical, but Spec actually got it away. Cloud's going to try and follow this one. This one's in the middle. Clouds can't get the challenge. Spec now all the way back on forced to actually get that 50. He done it successfully, but Azumii been super nice and composed. Of course, Azumii, basically the professional of this team. Azumii and Trail Shrimp both. This one in the midfield, typical. Gonna try this again, can't get the click. They're gonna try and, both teams are gonna try and get a goal in regulation. Will it happen? It won't. Overtime to see if we will get a third game, or will typical Azumii be the better duo in this top GSES team. Cloud's already caught Awkward, gonna go to the corner with this one. Rolls up on the wall, typical forces a challenge. This one's barely not in. Typical! Couldn't put it through. Cloud's back post. Azumii tries to force one on target, and he couldn't do that successfully. And now typical forces a 50. It's straight over to Spec. And now Azumii tries to do something, and it's gonna be straight to him. Spec now. Gonna try and go all the way back. Clouds with a nice touch. Typical, he's gonna challenge that one, forces Spec up, and gets a nice save away. Back up, and Spec's got past one. Can we go to a third game? And Spec swifts it. It's off target. Tragic. It's back to Spec. Can he make up for it? No, he can't. That's tragic for Clouds and company. He couldn't get a shot on target. Now they'll get forced to try and finish this overtime and get it on target and go to a third game and try and forget about that. It's going to be incredibly hard to do and win against these two players. If that does happen, it just might not happen. Oh, Clouds actually caught them both awkward. Oh, Clouds! Oh, he couldn't find the target. Typical. Gonna try and outdo Spec here. And now Clouds is the next one up to get absolutely 50 by Spec, by Typical rather. Typical literally acting as the equation of talks here. Goated at 50s. Especially with 0 boost. But Typical's got a free fall here. 1v1 on Spec! It wasn't going to be as epic as we thought it would be. This one's back to the middle. Clouds forced up, and so was Typical. He's got past Clouds. Spec forced to follow. Azumii puts this one into the corner where this is going to be slowed down. Going to wait for his team to recover. And Spec couldn't find that one through. This one's straight to Clouds. Back in the corner. Clouds pop up for Spec. Awkward as he's forced to put that one into the corner. Spec. Here's Spec. He's got Clouds in the midfield. Gonna use him! Will it work? It won't! That's the combination that worked at Blizzard Frost, and it's gonna give Azumii and company the win. Congratulations to them.
All of them.
Well, congratulations
think
to
so.
you guys for getting the big win.
Big win. That's your.
I think we were throwing in the second game, but they weren't scoring the open net.
Yeah.
Brody has 7 fucking saves. There's no way.
Big defender.
Alright, let me end this stream off. Not stream, let me end this recording off. Thank you everyone for coming to the Anna's Gaming Spot. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And also, don't forget to follow us, to follow the GSCS on not only YouTube, but also Instagram and Twitch. Also follow this Twitch over here at Anna's Gaming Spot. But for me, at Anno Gaming Spot, it's actually going to be time to say goodbye.